named this Brokeback Mountain and subtitled it, "Why Can't I Quit You, CRC?" I don't have time for this. I have homework to do. Well, I just did my homework for tonight, and I need to go to sleep. And so why am I wasting my time? I have lots of stuff I need to do. And this synod stuff is taking up that time. But here, I'll pull up the present. So I wrote, remember when some people thought that if they test the discipline of the church, the CRC Synod would be unable to enforce the confessions? Those people were apparently right. Congratulations, Wokesters, you won. And this clueless person named Anton Donkersloot. Be more Dutch, please, Anton Donkersloot. Why? Why am I so involved in this? Really? We won? So all LGBTQ persons can now become members and leaders regardless of relationship status? We've stopped caring so much about what loving adults do with their genitals? We've adopted the Belhar as a confession? I'm so confused. Yes, you are very confused, but that is the one sentence in your entire message you don't actually believe. You're right. I'm not confused. Thankfully, there was some light that managed to shine through a dark, dark synod there at the end. That's about the only win we had. And I quote tweeted, "The lies simply don't stop. Even when they win, they insist they have lost, because that is what the woke do, howl in pain as they strike you. The only possible solution is to ignore what people say when their actions prove the opposite. Words are wind." And Anton Donkersloot decided to be reasonable. Okay, let's both chill on the rhetoric. From my perspective, the only wins my side achieved were not creating a new in loco committee to deal with Neyland Avenue and Grand Rapids East and delayed AC-8D and AC-8E until next year. I am legitimately asking, what else is there? And instead of going to bed, I checked my Twitter and saw this, and so I responded. You won in destroying the denomination. You don't get it. You don't have a side here. All I see is destruction on both sides, and it is sad. Neyland Avenue and Grand Rapids East decided they wanted to deconstruct heteronormativity. They won. The CRC took a mortal blow. Happy? My door. Oh. I thought I was showing you guys all the Twitter stuff with Anton Donkersloot. Sorry, I assumed it would be Vandersloot, but it's Donkersloot, not Van Donk, not Vander Donk, not Vandersloot, but Donkersloot. Yes, I am making fun of the Dutch. There's a reason why I can't quit the CRC. And there's a reason why so many of us from outside the CRC are watching this with such intense thing. Watching Paul's response while he should have been at his son's graduation. Tears. Mentioned cry, but we are in a situation where we need to convince our women folk to stop using their tears as weapons and to recognize that pain isn't only when someone cries, and caring isn't only when you coo. I don't want to see this destruction continued. I don't want to see all of this deconstruction of beautiful communities, beautiful churches, beautiful families, all of this unnecessary pain continue. And the only way of actually moving forward is to turn to God. Are you surprised? And that is why you have to kick the atheists out of your church. That is why you have to kick the atheists out of your church. Because if you cannot align people around that which is most important, if you cannot trust people to have faith in truth and the process and fairness, you end up with the exact type of manipulation that is happening. I forget the name of the president. It's Paul Vander something of the Senate. He was in the committee, on the committee that was supposed to deal with Neil and Davide. And not only did he fail, He then came, presided at the Senate, a synod, sorry, which he, at best, through negligence, at best. And there's a point at which you have to stop allowing negligence to be an excuse for malfeasance. And you have to say, I don't care if you are incompetent or I don't care if you are incompetent or doing this deliberately. You might as well be doing it deliberately. And I mean, to some extent, I was watching the CRC with hope. Because if the CRC was able to carry forward what it was able to do in 2022, this isn't just a CRC thing. That's why we're all watching. It's not just a CRC thing. I see it the same. I see it in it's the same dynamic that you see in the Jewish community between the people who believe in the Jewish community as a religious community and the people who were born into the Jewish community and see it as a sort of inheritance and think that you can maintain the Jewish community without religion. And you can't, because racism is a failed ideology. Racism is inferior to religion as a organizing principle. And that's why infant baptism is a huge mistake. And that's why can't believe I'm quoting Paul of Tarsus. Circumcision and uncircumcision means nothing. It is circumcision of the heart that matters. You silly people. I'm going to bed. Good night.